Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins All World Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating pieces of American numismatic history, the United States Roosevelt silver dime from 1994. This coin may seem like just another dime at first glance, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. If you're a coin collector or someone simply interested in rare finds, stick around to learn just how valuable this seemingly small dime could be. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American currency since its first minting in 1946. It was designed by famed sculptor John R. Sinnock, featuring the likeness of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who passed away in 1945. Roosevelt was known for leading the country through the Great Depression and much of World War II, making him an iconic figure in U.S. history. As such, the Roosevelt dime has become a lasting tribute to his legacy. But what makes the 1994 Roosevelt silver dime so unique? Well, let's break it down. First, it's important to note that not all Roosevelt dimes are created equal. The 1994 dime, in particular, stands out due to its silver content. While most dimes minted after 1965 are made from a clad copper-nickel composition, a special series of coins, including those minted in 1994, were struck with 90% silver, making them far rarer and more desirable to collectors. This silver content is what gives the 1994 Roosevelt dime its true value. As many collectors know, silver coins tend to appreciate over time, and with the ever-changing market for precious metals, coins like this one are increasingly sought after. The rarity of these dimes, especially in good condition, adds to their allure. While millions of dimes were minted in 1994, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition, which is a key factor in determining the value of the coin. Another thing to consider is the mint mark. The 1994 Roosevelt dimes were minted in several locations, including the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Each mint produced coins with its own specific mint mark, with the most valuable being the ones marked with an S from the San Francisco Mint. The S mint mark signifies a coin that was struck at the prestigious San Francisco Mint, which has been home to the production of many famous coins throughout history. This particular mint mark is important for collectors because it indicates the quality and rarity of the coin. Now, you might be wondering, what is the exact value of a 1994 Roosevelt silver dime today? Well, if you're lucky enough to have one in near-perfect condition, it could fetch quite a bit of money. Of course, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A dime that has been well preserved and remains in an uncirculated state can be worth significantly more than one that has been worn down from years of use. These well-preserved coins are highly sought after in the world of numismatics, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. But that's not all. Some 1994 Roosevelt silver dimes may have even more value if they possess certain minting errors or unique characteristics. Errors could include things like double strikes, off-center strikes, or other abnormalities that occurred during the production process. These error coins are incredibly rare, and when found, they can be worth far more than a standard, error-free coin. So, what exactly is the worth of a 1994 Roosevelt silver dime? Well, in general, these coins can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to a couple of hundred, depending on their condition, mint mark, and any potential errors. But if you're lucky enough to have one of these dimes in mint condition, you could be holding on to a true treasure. In fact, a Roosevelt silver dime from 1994, with the right attributes, could be worth an astounding $35,000. That's right, you could have a coin in your collection that's worth over $35,000. It's amazing to think that something as small as a dime could have such incredible value. So, if you come across a 1994 Roosevelt silver dime, make sure to inspect it carefully. You could be holding on to a small piece of American history that might just be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving into an exciting and often overlooked piece of American numismatic history, the United States Roosevelt silver dime from 1967. If you think this coin is just another dime, think again. This small piece of currency could be worth a lot more than you might expect, especially if you have one in great condition or with rare characteristics. So, get ready, because by the end of this video, you'll know just how much this Roosevelt dime from 1967 could be worth today. Let's start with a little history. The Roosevelt dime has been an iconic part of American currency since it was first introduced in 1946. The coin was created to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. He was not only a beloved president who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II, but also a champion of the March of Dimes, a foundation dedicated to fighting polio. It's only fitting that Roosevelt's image would grace the dime that would serve as a reminder of his contributions to the country. Now, the 1967 Roosevelt dime stands out for a few reasons. While most dimes struck after 1965 were made from a clad copper-nickel composition, the 1967 coin still contains 90% silver. The shift to copper-nickel wasn't made until later in the 1960s, but the 1967 coins are part of that precious window where silver was still present in U.S. dimes. That silver content is what makes this coin especially attractive to collectors, investors, and precious metals enthusiasts. So, why does this matter to you? Well, silver coins tend to hold their value much better than their non-silver counterparts, especially over time. Silver has always been in demand, and this demand can drive up the value of coins with a higher silver content, like the 1967 Roosevelt dime. While the silver value of the coin is important, the real treasure lies in its condition, rarity, and any unique features that it might possess. When we talk about condition, it's key to understand the grading scale that coin collectors use. The condition of a coin can range from poor to mint state. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Most 1967 Roosevelt dimes, being from regular circulation, have experienced a lot of wear and tear. Finding a coin in near mint or uncirculated condition is not only rare but also extremely valuable. These coins stand out in the marketplace, and collectors will often pay a premium for them, but condition is just one part of the equation. The mint mark on the 1967 Roosevelt dime also plays a huge role in determining its value. The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced. In the case of the 1967 Roosevelt dime, there were dimes minted in several different locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The San Francisco Mint produced dimes with an S mint mark, which are often considered the most desirable to collectors. The value of the 1967 Roosevelt silver dime also depends on its rarity and how many were produced in a given year. While millions of these coins were struck in 1967, the ones that have survived in excellent condition, or have been kept in carefully preserved collections, are the ones that hold the most value. Additionally, there are some dimes from this year that may have unique characteristics, such as minting errors or slight variations in design. These errors can significantly increase the value of the coin, as they are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now, I know you've been eagerly waiting to hear the big reveal. Just how much can a 1967 Roosevelt silver dime be worth today? If you happen to have a 1967 Roosevelt silver dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, or one with a rare minting error or unique feature, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The value of these coins, especially those with the S mint mark and in excellent condition, can reach an astonishing $37,000. Yes, you heard that right, $37,000. A single 1967 Roosevelt silver dime could be worth this much if it has the right combination of rarity, condition, and unique characteristics. So, if you have any old dimes lying around or stumble across one while coin hunting, be sure to take a closer look. It could be a valuable find waiting to be discovered. Before you go, let's quickly recap. The 1967 Roosevelt silver dime is a highly collectible coin, primarily due to its silver content and potential for unique variations. Whether it's in perfect condition or has a rare minting error, this little dime could end up being a treasure worth thousands. So, take a moment to check your collections, or maybe even visit your local coin shop, because you never know when you might find a coin that could be worth a small fortune. Today, we have an exciting deep dive into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American history, the United States Roosevelt silver dime from 1978. Now, at first glance, this might seem like just another dime, but trust me, it's far more than that. You might have one of these hidden away in a drawer or collection, and if you do, you're in for a huge surprise when you hear how much it could be worth today. So, stay with us until the end, and you'll find out just how valuable this Roosevelt dime from 1978 really is. Let's start with some background. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt was a monumental figure in American history, especially remembered for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The coin was designed by artist John R. Sinek and has featured Roosevelt's profile ever since. It's known for its classic design, with the president's portrait on the front, and the reverse showcasing a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, a symbol of unity, peace, and strength. But the 1978 Roosevelt silver dime holds a special place in numismatic history, and here's why. While many dimes from the late 60s and beyond were struck in copper-nickel alloy, the 1978 dimes were made with 90% silver, which gives them their unique appeal. The silver content makes them far more valuable than their later counterparts, especially as silver prices continue to fluctuate and rise. If you've ever heard the term junk silver, it refers to silver coins that were minted before the switch to clad coins, and the 1978 Roosevelt dime falls into that category. These coins were produced as part of the final years when the U.S. government still minted dimes with silver, and their value has only grown over time. Now, you might be wondering, how does this impact the value of the 1978 Roosevelt silver dime? Silver coins tend to hold their value well, and they have consistently become more desirable as the price of silver rises. Silver is a precious metal, and people often turn to silver coins as a form of investment, especially when they want to diversify their portfolios or protect their wealth. The 1978 Roosevelt dime, with its 90% silver content, is a great option for those looking to invest in silver. But there's more to it than just the silver content. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in its value. As with any collectible coin, the condition is king. Most coins you find from circulation will have signs of wear and tear, scratches, dings, discoloration, or fading. But if you happen to come across a 1978 Roosevelt silver dime that is in uncirculated or near mint condition, that's where the real value lies. The higher the quality of the coin, the more it will fetch from collectors and investors alike. Uncirculated coins are especially rare because most of these dimes have been in and out of circulation for decades, which means that finding one in perfect condition is a real treasure. Additionally, let's talk about mint marks. The 1978 Roosevelt dime was produced at several different U.S. mint locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark on the coin can affect its rarity and value. Dimes minted at the Philadelphia Mint typically have no mint mark, while those from the Denver Mint have a D mint mark, and those from the San Francisco Mint carry an S mint mark. For collectors, the mint mark is significant because certain mints tend to produce coins with higher levels of quality, and some mint marks are more sought after than others. Now, you might be wondering how much a 1978 Roosevelt silver dime could actually be worth. After all, most dimes you see on the market are worth just a few cents in face value. But when we're talking about a 1978 silver dime in excellent condition, especially one with a mint mark from a prestigious mint, the value skyrockets. As with any rare coin, its price can fluctuate depending on the condition and market demand. But if you have a 1978 Roosevelt silver dime that's been well preserved and is in near perfect condition, it could be worth a small fortune. And here's the big reveal: this little coin could be worth $39,000. Yes, you heard that right, $39,000. If your 1978 Roosevelt silver dime is in exceptional condition or has some rare features, it could be worth an astounding amount of money. So, before you toss any old dimes into a jar or forget about them, take a second to check their condition. You might just find yourself holding onto a hidden gem that could change your financial future. To wrap it up, the 1978 Roosevelt silver dime is more than just a piece of currency, it's a valuable collectible, particularly if it's in great shape and comes from one of the more desirable mints. Whether it's the silver content, the pristine condition, or the potential for minting errors, this coin offers a fantastic opportunity for both collectors and investors. So, be sure to keep an eye out for it, because you never know when you might stumble upon a $39,000 treasure. Today we're exploring a hidden gem from American numismatic history that could be worth a small fortune. Have you ever heard of the United States Roosevelt silver dime from 1977? If not, you're in for a treat, because this little dime may be worth much more than its face value. Stick around until the end to discover exactly how much this coin could be worth today, and trust me, you'll want to hear this. First, let's take a moment to talk about the Roosevelt dime itself. This coin has been a staple of American currency since 1946, when it was first introduced to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt led the country through some of its most challenging times, including the Great Depression and World War II, and his legacy lives on through this coin. The dime, designed by John R. Sinek, features Roosevelt's likeness on the obverse side and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. These symbols represent peace, unity, and strength, qualities that Roosevelt embodied during his presidency. Now, let's focus on the 1977 Roosevelt silver dime. While most of us are familiar with the dime in general, you might be surprised to learn that there's something special about the 1977 version. The 1977 Roosevelt dime was struck with 90% silver, making it far more valuable than many other dimes that were produced after the 1960s. The U.S. Mint phased out the use of silver in dimes after 1964, but during the years that followed, a limited number of silver dimes were still produced, including the 1977 variety. The silver content in the 1977 Roosevelt dime is the key factor that makes it so valuable. As you know, silver is a precious metal, and over the years, its price has fluctuated, sometimes rising significantly. Coins like the 1977 Roosevelt dime, which contain a substantial amount of silver, tend to appreciate in value, especially when the price of silver increases. But there's more to this story than just silver. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting, and the 1977 Roosevelt dime is no exception. While many of these dimes were used in everyday transactions, not all of them have stood the test of time. Most 1977 dimes you come across today will show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, or tarnishing from years of circulation. However, if you're lucky enough to have one of these dimes in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, the value could be much higher. In the world of coin collecting, the grade or condition of a coin plays a significant role in its value. A coin that has been well preserved, with no visible signs of wear, is considered far more valuable than one that has been used extensively. In fact, even a small difference in the condition of a coin can mean a huge difference in its price. If your 1977 Roosevelt silver dime is in mint condition, it's likely to attract the attention of collectors, who are willing to pay a premium for coins in top-notch shape. But the 1977 Roosevelt silver dime's value doesn't stop at just its condition. The mint mark on the coin also plays a critical role. The 1977 Roosevelt dimes were minted in various locations across the United States, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint used a different mint mark to distinguish where the coin was produced. The Philadelphia mint coins typically have no mint mark, while the Denver mint coins are marked with a D, and the San Francisco mint coins feature an S. Of these, the 1977 Roosevelt silver dimes with the S mint mark are particularly valuable. The San Francisco mint is known for producing coins of higher quality, and coins from this mint are often prized by collectors. If you have a 1977 Roosevelt silver dime with an S mint mark in exceptional condition, you may be holding onto a real treasure. Now, let's get to the big question: how much could your 1977 Roosevelt silver dime be worth? As we've discussed, these coins are highly sought after by collectors due to their silver content, mint mark, and potential for being in pristine condition. A 1977 Roosevelt silver dime that is in excellent condition, particularly one with the S mint mark, could be worth far more than just its silver value. With the right combination of quality and rarity, a 1977 Roosevelt silver dime could fetch a staggering $42,000, that's right, $42,000 for a single coin. It's incredible to think that something as small and unassuming as a dime could hold such tremendous value. So, if you have any old 1977 dimes or stumble across one in your coin hunting, make sure to inspect it carefully. It could be the find of a lifetime. To wrap things up, the 1977 Roosevelt silver dime is not just a piece of history, it's a valuable asset for collectors and investors alike. Whether it's the 90% silver content, the high-quality mint marks, or the potential for a flawless condition, this coin has all the ingredients that make it worth a lot of money. So, keep an eye out for these coins in your collection. You never know when you might stumble upon a $42,000 treasure. Today, we're diving into a very special and valuable piece of American currency, the United States Roosevelt silver dime from 1965. At first glance, this might seem like just another dime, but trust me, there's so much more to this coin than meets the eye. If you have one of these in your collection or happen to find one in your coin jar, you could be holding on to something much more valuable than you think. So, stay tuned until the end to find out just how much this particular dime is worth today. Let's begin with a little background on the Roosevelt dime. Introduced in 1946, this coin was created to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's dedication to public service and his role in founding the March of Dimes, a charity focused on combating polio, made him an obvious choice for this commemoration. The coin was designed by artist John R. Sinek, and from the start, it's been one of the most iconic and enduring coins in U.S. currency history. The 1965 Roosevelt dime, however, is not just another dime in the series. You see, the 1965 coin was struck during a very pivotal time in American coinage history. This was the year that the U.S. government made a significant change to the metal composition of many of its coins due to a shortage of silver. For most of the 1960s, dimes like the ones minted in 1964 and earlier were made with 90% silver. But by 1965, silver was phased out from the dime, and it was replaced with a copper-nickel-clad composition. So, why does the 1965 Roosevelt dime still stand out, even though it was one of the first coins to lose its silver content? Well, there's a key factor to consider: some 1965 dimes were still accidentally struck with silver. This rare occurrence means that a small portion of the dimes minted in 1965 still contain 90% silver, which makes them incredibly valuable to collectors today. This is where the magic happens. Finding one of these silver 1965 dimes is like discovering a hidden treasure, and its value can be far higher than most would expect. If you're thinking about the silver content, it's important to note that these coins are valuable not only because of the silver itself but also due to their rarity. While silver was phased out in the majority of the 1965 dimes, a small number were accidentally minted with silver. These coins, often called silver error dimes, have become a holy grail for collectors. To find one in good condition can be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for those serious about coin collecting. Now, let's talk about the mint mark on the 1965 Roosevelt dime. The mint mark, located on the reverse side of the coin, tells us where the coin was struck: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint, where most of the dimes were produced, didn't use a mint mark, but dimes from the Denver Mint were stamped with a D, and those from the San Francisco Mint bore an S. What makes the 1965 dimes from San Francisco even more interesting is that this mint was known for producing coins with higher quality, and collectors highly covet coins from this particular mint. When it comes to determining value, the condition of the coin is one of the most critical factors. Most 1965 dimes were widely circulated and have suffered from the wear and tear of everyday use. However, if you happen to find one in uncirculated or near mint condition, you've stumbled upon something special. The better the condition, the higher the coin's value, and a coin that's been carefully stored or well preserved can often fetch a premium price from collectors. And here's where it gets really interesting. While the 1965 Roosevelt silver dime was minted in large quantities, only a select few made it through in perfect condition, and fewer still were accidentally struck with silver. These error coins are not only rare, but they're incredibly valuable due to their historical significance and the fact that they don't conform to the usual specifications. Now, it's time for the big reveal. Just how much could a 1965 Roosevelt silver dime be worth? If you're lucky enough to have one of these silver error dimes in uncirculated condition, it could be worth an impressive $46,000. Yes, you heard that right, $46,000. A single coin could be worth this much, and it's all thanks to its silver content, rarity, and excellent condition. So, if you happen to have any 1965 Roosevelt dime sitting around, it's time to take a closer look. The difference between a regular clad dime and a rare silver error dime could be worth thousands of dollars. Don't let these hidden treasures slip through your fingers. To sum it all up, the 1965 Roosevelt silver dime is a must-have for collectors, and it's no surprise why it commands such a high price. Its unique history, silver content, rarity, and potential for minting errors make it a standout coin in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the hobby, this coin is one that you'll want to keep an eye out for. You never know, your next coin hunting adventure could lead you to a $46,000 treasure. Today, we have an exciting and rare find to talk about, the United States Roosevelt silver dime from 1990. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another dime, but what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary piece of currency could actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars? That's right, the 1990 Roosevelt silver dime might just be hiding a fortune, and we're about to dive into what makes it so special and valuable. Let's start with a little background on the Roosevelt dime series. Introduced in 1946, the Roosevelt dime was created to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's leadership during the Great Depression and World War II earned him widespread admiration, and the coin was designed by John R. Sinek to commemorate his legacy. The dime features a profile of Roosevelt on the front, and on the reverse, we see the symbolic image of a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, representing peace, unity, and strength, values that Roosevelt stood for. Now, you might be wondering why the 1990 Roosevelt dime is so valuable. Here's the twist: the 1990 dime is particularly valuable due to its silver content. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made the decision to remove silver from most coins, including the dime, in favor of a copper-nickel alloy. However, in 1990, the U.S. Mint released a limited number of dimes that were still made of 90% silver. These dimes were struck as part of special mint sets, rather than as coins for general circulation, which is what makes them so rare and desirable to collectors today. The majority of dimes minted in 1990 were made with the standard copper-nickel composition, but the silver version was only included in proof sets and uncirculated coin sets. This means that if you find a 1990 Roosevelt dime in silver, it's likely to be in excellent condition, since these coins weren't widely circulated. Coins that were part of these sets were generally stored carefully and have a much higher chance of being well preserved, which increases their value significantly. One of the reasons these silver dimes are so coveted by collectors is because of their rarity. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of dimes in 1990, only a select number were made with the 90% silver composition, and these were not meant for everyday use. As a result, they didn't enter the circulation in the same numbers as the copper-nickel dimes, making them much rarer today. Finding one of these silver 1990 dimes in excellent condition is like finding a hidden treasure, and coin collectors know just how valuable such a find can be. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin that has been in circulation for years will show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and other imperfections. But a coin that has been carefully stored in a proof or uncirculated set will typically remain in pristine condition. The higher the condition, the higher the value of the coin. And with the 1990 Roosevelt silver dime, the better the condition, the more valuable it becomes. If you happen to find one that's uncirculated, or in near-perfect condition, you may be looking at a coin worth far more than its face value. In addition to the silver content and condition, the mint mark on the coin can also play a role in its value. The 1990 Roosevelt dime was minted at 3 different facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver carry the D mint mark, and those from San Francisco are marked with an S. While all of these mint marks can affect a coin's desirability, the San Francisco minted coins are often seen as being of higher quality, since the San Francisco Mint is known for producing proof and uncirculated coins of exceptional detail and finish. Now, let's get to the exciting part. Just how much could a 1990 Roosevelt silver dime be worth today? Well, if you have one of these coins in excellent or uncirculated condition, especially if it's one of the limited edition silver dimes from the proof sets, you could be holding onto a real gem. The value can range depending on the condition and specific characteristics, but one of these dimes, in prime condition, could easily be worth an astonishing $48,000. Yes, you heard that right, $48,000 for a single coin. Imagine holding a small piece of silver that could fetch such a large sum of money. It's incredible how a simple dime can carry such historical significance and be so valuable to collectors. So, if you have a 1990 Roosevelt dime tucked away in your collection or happen to find one in a coin roll, make sure to inspect it carefully. You could be in possession of a valuable piece of American numismatic history. In conclusion, the 1990 Roosevelt silver dime is more than just a piece of currency, it's a rare and valuable collectible. Its silver content, limited mintage, and excellent condition make it highly desirable among coin collectors, and it's easy to see why it commands such a high price. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting to explore the world of coin collecting, the 1990 Roosevelt silver dime is definitely one to keep an eye out for. You might just have a $48,000 treasure on your hands. Today, we've got a special treat for you. We're taking a closer look at a rare and valuable coin from the United States, the Roosevelt silver dime from 1996. At first glance, it might look like just another dime you'd find in your pocket, but there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. What if I told you that this unassuming dime could be worth a small fortune? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much the 1996 Roosevelt silver dime could be worth, and trust me, you'll be shocked. Let's start with a bit of history. The Roosevelt dime, first introduced in 1946, was created to honor the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. Roosevelt was not only known for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, but also for his efforts to combat polio, which is why the dime also carries a tribute to the March of Dimes charity. The design of the coin, created by artist John R. Sinek, features Roosevelt's left-facing portrait on the obverse, and on the reverse, a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, which symbolize liberty, peace, and strength. Now, let's talk about why the 1996 Roosevelt silver dime stands out from other dimes minted that year. As you may know, U.S. coins went through a significant change in 1965 when the government decided to remove silver from most circulating coins due to rising silver prices. However, there's a catch. While most of the dimes produced after 1964 were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, there were still some special releases made with 90% silver content, including the proof coins and certain uncirculated coins that were released to the public in limited numbers. And that's where the 1996 Roosevelt silver dime comes in. The 1996 dime was part of a special release, and while most of the 1996 dimes were made from the typical copper-nickel alloy, a limited number were produced with 90% silver. These silver dimes were only available in proof sets or uncirculated mint sets, meaning they were never intended for general circulation. Because of this, they didn't experience the same wear and tear that typical circulating coins did, making them highly desirable to collectors today. So, why is the 1996 Roosevelt silver dime so sought after? The key lies in its rarity and the fact that silver content can significantly increase a coin's value. While most of the dimes from this era were made with copper-nickel, the silver dimes are much less common, and finding one in excellent condition can make it worth much more than its face value. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins like these, and if you happen to have a 1996 Roosevelt silver dime, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure, but it's not just the silver content that makes this dime so valuable. The condition of the coin is incredibly important. As with any collectible coin, the better the condition, the more valuable it becomes. Most of the dimes produced in 1996 saw years of use in everyday transactions, which means they're often worn down and damaged. However, the proof and uncirculated coins, which were stored in special packaging, have a much higher chance of being in pristine condition. These coins are highly coveted by collectors because they maintain their original luster and design details, making them much more valuable than coins that have been heavily circulated. Now, let's talk about the mint mark. The 1996 Roosevelt silver dime was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Dimes minted at the Philadelphia Mint don't have a mint mark, while those struck in Denver are marked with a D, and those from the San Francisco Mint carry an S. Dimes minted at the San Francisco Mint are often considered more desirable, as they were primarily produced as proof and uncirculated coins. These coins are typically struck with higher precision and have a much more polished finish compared to their counterparts from Philadelphia or Denver, which is why they tend to fetch higher prices on the market. So, what makes the 1996 Roosevelt silver dime truly unique? It's a combination of factors. The limited number of silver dimes produced that year, the fact that they were released in special proof and uncirculated sets, and the exceptional condition these coins often maintain all contribute to their desirability among collectors. If you happen to find a 1996 Roosevelt silver dime in your collection or in a coin roll, make sure to check its condition carefully. It could be worth a lot more than you expect. Now, let's get to the exciting part. Just how much is a 1996 Roosevelt silver dime worth today? If you happen to have one of these rare silver dimes in uncirculated or pristine condition, especially one from the San Francisco Mint, you could be looking at a value that will blow you away. In some cases, the 1996 Roosevelt silver dime can be worth as much as $53,000, yes, that's right, $53,000 for a single coin. That's the kind of value that makes coin collecting so thrilling. It's incredible to think that a coin that was once just a dime in your pocket could now be worth such an astounding sum. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, coins like the 1996 Roosevelt silver dime are the kind of treasures that make the hobby so rewarding. So, if you've got any 1996 Roosevelt dimes lying around, it's time to take a closer look. They could be worth far more than you ever imagined. And if you find one in great condition, well, you might just have a $53,000 coin in your hands. That wraps up today's coin discovery. If you enjoyed learning about the 1996 Roosevelt silver dime and its incredible value, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on any future coin discoveries. Who knows, you could be holding onto a $53,000 coin right now. Keep on collecting, and happy treasure hunting.